Thaxted is a quaint town in the northwest of Essex and is known for its beautiful streets containing a fine collection of medieval timber-framed buildings, and certainly if you remove the cars and modern signage of shops, some of the views here are almost a glimpse into a bygone era, an era from which some of the building's former inhabitants remain.
The Guildhall was built by the townsfolk in the mid-15th century and is believed to have been financed by the Guild of Cutlers after the town saw a large expanse in the 14th century, becoming the centre of the cutlery making industry. Many of the people who lived here would have been employed in the cutlery making trade, making knives, daggers and swords, bringing in a considerable amount of wealth to the area, so much so that the original church was actually rebuilt and replaced by the much larger and very impressive one that stands today, financed in part due to the newfound wealth of the town.
It's not entirely known how strong the connection between the Guildhall and the cutlery trade was. However, with the open arcaded ground floor, it seems logical to assume that this was used as a marketplace, where the cutlers were able to trade and sell their craft. The hall's most predominant use would have likely been as a general meeting place for those living in the town, and is even today still used for parish council meetings.
This rather mysterious door on the side of the Guildhall was actually the Old Town lockup, or cage as they were also known, a place where prisoners could be held, usually overnight until they could be taken before a magistrate or sober up if they'd been found drunk and disorderly. Now these were absolutely horrible places. You'd have been locked away in the pitch black with nothing but straw to lay on. In the winter it would have been bitterly cold, absolutely miserable. Now a lot of these places did begin to fall out of fashion with the introduction of more police stations with their own cells, which by no means were luxurious, but anyone that would have found themselves in one of these, it must have seemed like a palace.
In the late 17th century, the Guildhall took on another use as a Thaxted grammar school, which it remained right through until 1878, providing free education for local boys, and later in the 1830s coming to include girls. The hall remained in use as a meeting place for the community, which continues today, and now includes a small museum detailing both the history of the hall as well as the town itself, featuring a large collection of Morris dancing memorabilia, something that the town is very well known for, and is at the forefront of keeping this old English tradition alive and well.
Walking down the streets here, almost every building seems to have such a rich history attached to it, with many notable people living here over the years, including Gustav Holst, the famous composer who's responsible for the epic orchestral piece The Planets. There was George Binney, the Arctic explorer, who also spent much of his life here, as well as the novelist Evelyn Anthony. But there's also some more legendary connections to the town, for it's said that Dick Turpin, the infamous highwayman, actually owned a butcher shop here at one point in history. And if legend is to be believed, it was the schoolmaster at the Guildhall that recognised his handwriting in a letter, ultimately resulting in his arrest and later execution. I find it fascinating that of all the colourful people that have lived in the town over the years, the Guildhall has stood and watched over them all, and all of these people would have been familiar with the building and maybe even entered it themselves. And could these be some of the many ghosts that are said to haunt it today?
There have been a number of paranormal investigations undertaken at the Guildhall over the last few years, and even some public paranormal events held here too. Although reports of previous activity is limited, disembodied voices are known to have been heard throughout the building, especially within the basement, where EVP have also been recorded. The Suffolk spirit hunters who investigated here in the summer of 2024 experienced that light in one of the rooms mysteriously turned on and off by itself, no electrical faults being reported either before or after by the custodians of the Guildhall. For our investigation, we were joined by Jamie from Paranormal Torch, and after setting up some locked off cameras, we began our investigation in one of the upstairs rooms of the hall. So, we are all set up now for our investigation at the Thaxted Guildhall. We spent the evening filming some of the sort of B-roll and little bits of camera out the front, and we've now set up a load of equipment around the whole building. We've got just about everywhere covered, I think.
Yeah.
Joining us tonight, once again, is our very good friend, Jamie. Hey.
Paranormal Torch.
Hello. Hey, I'll take a seat here.
So thank you very much again for coming back with us for an investigation. Looking forward to it.
So we've got this place covered, like you said, Luke. Where's everything?
We've got 2 cameras downstairs, one in the sort of the basement area and one in the old lockup. We've also got one upstairs in one of the, I'd imagine a meeting room or a function room. We've also got a thermal camera set up there. Got your camera covered in here, and obviously we've got 2 handhelds to cover the rest of it.
And there's one on the stair as well.
One on the
watching those REM pods. And I've also placed an audio file outside, audio recorder outside. So if there's any noises we hear talking, we can just check on that out there.
Nice.
Patch it up. Nice.
Yeah, lovely.
Right, let's get going.
If there's anyone here in the Guildhall with us tonight, I'm Sophie. This
I'm
is Luke.
I'm James.
And I'm Jamie.
We don't mean you any harm at all, we just want to try and communicate with you.
We know that for many, many years this place has been a meeting place for people that live here, a meeting place for visitors. And if that tradition could resume tonight, if you could welcome us to your town. We come here really to communicate and to speak to anybody who may have lived in Thaxted. Anybody that may have had some kind of connections or know about the history and the past of this building. Or anybody that maybe just likes being here. That enjoys this environment. You can come and join us at the table.
We're in the communal room.
I'll pull out a chair for you. Not very well done, but there you go. Come take a seat.
So again, that one in the middle there, that's temperature, isn't it?
So yeah, if there's, I think it's a 0.2 degree temperature increase, it'll flash red. 0.2 degree temperature decrease, it'll go blue.
Oh,
But then it will calibrate itself to then use that next temperature as the baseline. There is anybody up here with us? I don't know if you just heard me explaining about that instrument that's on the floor there with the green light. Could you maybe go and breathe on it or sort of make a draft around it?
it's the ideal sort of space that if we did have some like cat ballsy kind of thing, like trigger objects that they can move, we could put it in the middle.
I kind of ditched the cat balls, to be honest. It's just, they're unreliable.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, yeah.
I'm surprised how just how still the building is.
Oh, what, as in structurally?
Structure, just everything just seemed very still. No drafts,
Very
like
still, man.
yeah. It is. I don't know. It's maybe just me that thinks that. I just thought it'd be a bit more rickety and.
Yeah, it's not like the upstairs at Jamaica Inn, is it?
No, there's no creaks when you walk around. There's no.
It's well made. That's good.
Yeah.
Good craftsmanship, really.
Yeah. It's a quality structure.
It's not like ramming. That's quite quick, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's no. Do you hear something?
It sounded like a woman talking before that car accelerated, but I don't know.
Well,
if it
with
was
that.
In here.
No, it sounded like that time. But that's what I was trying to work out.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, what I've done then.
bloke walking home.
Oh, that's high.
Our cameras did pick up the faint voice that was heard, however we can't verify if this came from within the building or was simply somebody on the streets outside.
Yeah, like
Anything. to the floor.
Like you were saying before, that you haven't even got like the building cooling sounds or anything like that.
No, it is really, really still. I mean, in theory, it's the perfect environment for an investigation. If everywhere was like this, it'd be great.
See, I don't mind sitting here for like half an hour, 45 minutes, just like this, just to see, you know, what goes on. I know a lot of people think, oh, it's boring.
Thing is though, you get like a good. If you look at it the same way that people go fishing or people do like observing nature stuff and waiting for badgers to come out of sets and stuff. I mean, they'll sit around for like 2-3 hours just waiting to see something that they definitely know is going to be there at some point. We're doing it blind, effectively.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think there's any problem with sort of posting up in a position and just seeing if we get anything, and especially if it means that we can almost become invisible in the building. Like, whatever's here isn't going to be detecting us. It's a weird way to think about it, but like not detecting us being about here as much if we just stopped. Yeah.
Part of the environment itself.
If it is sort of conscious in that sort of way and can detect changes in energy, if we're not actively adding more into the environment, then maybe it gives them a bit more of a chance to make something happen.
Is there any little noise that maybe you could make in here?
Just knock on something, like this. Knock on the door if you want to come in.
Hello?
Yeah, I don't know why, but it makes me laugh every time he does that.
Bonjour. How is all hand?
That's what it reminds me of.
Marco Polo.
Hello?
If you knock on the door, we'll let you in. Unless you're already in here with us.
Or the irresistible one.
Whilst on the second floor, unknown to us, 3 floors down in the cellar, are Magnavox, a device that detects sudden changes in the polarity of the surrounding magnetic field, was triggered. We can't say for certain that this is linked to something paranormal, and there's always the possibility that this was a false positive. However, we've rigorously tested the Magnavox over the last 6 months since owning it, and have never had it go off unexpectedly before. Not long after this, we entered the cellar for ourselves, and began our investigation there.
Okay, so we've come down to the basement, the cellar now. Maybe you saw us upstairs. We've been in the building now, in the Guildhall, for a little while. If there's anyone down here with us, could you come into this area? Would you be able to speak to us using that instrument we've got set up?
And to recap as well, this is the place where they caught an EVP.
Yeah, the EVP was recorded down here.
Recorder with you?
I've got a few upstairs, so if we come down here later. Would you be able to speak to us, please? Can we hear your voice? We've got an instrument set up on that bench over there. Would you be able to tap on that bench? Can you do this?
What's on the floor? Is that the magnet?
Yeah.
I don't get the sense either that down here you would get mice and stuff.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
It seems too well, unless whatever was over in that corner.
Careful that there.
Yeah.
And the upstairs one.
This one you come from right
We shut the upstairs one behind us.
Yeah. I'm sure we did. I'll just go and check.
Yeah.
I think mine's just been going down past the trap door.
Yeah.
No, but I wasn't sure that the upstairs one, or the one that leads to the upstairs, was fully shut.
We have equipment up there.
Is it shut?
Yeah, all good.
It is weird when you think that above us here is a whole other building that you can't get to unless you go outside and go up in another way. This was like weird.
Probably have smoking up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what's interesting?
What?
We thought that no sound could get down here, but it clearly can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does that debunk possibly the chance of an EVP being caught down here that wasn't
I think it
from
does.
the outside?
Definitely.
Yeah,
If it's as
definitely.
loud as that.
I always assume when I hear people say they've caught an EVP, it's probably not an EVP.
Look, did you actually go outside?
I saw someone through the keyhole.
Well, they're just standing there.
Oh, so you didn't check the other door?
No,
Oh, alright. I thought that's what we were going to check.
I think you can hear when they go upstairs.
I pulled the other one, so it's locked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it sounds like they're still there, so I don't know if they're literally just standing along.
Yeah. But no, the fact you can hear them down here,
As clear as that.
as clear as that, means that I'm sure that EVP could have come from out there.
You know when we went to RF matching,
Yeah.
and we did the thing where we like sat in front of that doorway and looked into the dark.
Yeah.
Did you want to try that, Sophie?
What?
Seeing as you've not got a camera either, sit here and look over that way. Because I'm looking over that way, it feels like I can see stuff almost trying to appear.
Oh, I see. You went, your eyes adjust and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But it looks, and that's just because it's darkest over there. But it looks like there's like energy kind of in that bit.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Are there any children down here? Any children like to play? Maybe you could move some of the objects.
Or that chair.
What was that?
That was lorry driving over something.
I don't know, someone knocking on the other door. But I'm pretty sure you can hear going upstairs. Oh, what is that? Is that really a car?
Yeah, or a lorry or something. I think they're probably doing deliveries.
Yeah, true.
It's a motorbike.
What's that over there? Is that a banister?
What, above me?
Yeah, that's it. Does that go, can you walk around it upstairs or something?
Up here?
Yeah.
I think it's just a shelf.
It's a weed, isn't it?
Yeah.
That must be them up there.
What is it?
But you say that I can't.
Oh,
smell
weed.
it
I
now.
thought you said weed.
No, it's weed. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
It's
right.
literally just come out of nowhere.
I'm sitting next to it, I can't smell it at all now. But I've got a massive like blast of it.
That's as if I'm sat here smoking it myself.
Yeah. But I can't smell it and I'm next to
But
it.
I've only just smelt that.
Yeah.
Even
Even if they're smoking weed, how's it getting down here?
I can't smell it here.
I can't smell it.
I might go up and just have a.
Have a toast.
Yeah, I can smell it.
I don't
Oh,
understand
it's
how
the-
it's coming from.
Oh, it's them up there.
Can I have a sniff down here?
Can't have a sniff.
You've got that on the camera.
God, blooming hell, you can smell it.
I'm just trying to work out
But I don't understand if they're smoking up there, how's the smell down here? Because they'll be smoking there, smoke's gone up.
Yeah, but when you smoke weed, it smells everywhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, but underground.
But I can only smell it like here. It doesn't.
checking nothing's on fire.
Ow, what's this, a door?
Is it? Oh yeah. There's a man in there smoking weed.
Can't smell it up here.
No.
But it doesn't smell like. There's smell like weed out there.
How fucking bizarre is that?
That is actually weird.
And it was such a strong smell. Is there vents in the side?
Where would that actually be then?
There's no one out. Have you got the keys, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll just shut it.
Well,
Ah, there's a vent here.
Yeah, but
don't
you
smell
still
it,
smell
is
it
it?
out here.
Yeah.
Can you? I can't.
Right.
nothing. Have a look, see if there's a
Is there a weed stick?
vent there. I don't know if the cellar goes this far forwards though. Would you reckon it does?
Yeah. I think it would.
But even then, how are you going to get the smell to go underneath it? You go back under.
Just want to see if it smells still. I've still got the smell of it.
It's really like heavy smoke.
Yeah, like yeah, but it wasn't here earlier.
Yeah, but I mean, how weird place is that?
Yeah, right next to the pipes.
All the pipes. It smells like. What? It doesn't make any sense how it smells like smoke down here and up there.
No. And
Smoke,
where would the
smoke rises?
where would the inlets of those vents be? I mean, there's a gap up there. It'd be this side, I think, wouldn't it?
No, it's this wall, wasn't it? We came down the stairs and gone round. Even so, like, it's going to be a bit of a job getting it down and through.
Just in that spot.
Yeah. And of all the spots, it's
Next to the pipes.
how weird is that?
That's why I think that's an instant.
The mystery's got even weirder.
Why?
So we went down there and it still smells like cigarettes, like smoky smell. Guess what's right next to where we were sitting in the cabinets?
What?
Whole collection of smoking pipes.
Is there?
Yeah.
Load of clay pipes. And
Now, didn't I say earlier I smelled cigar smoke somewhere?
Yeah.
Where was that?
That was upstairs, yeah.
looks like the schoolmaster's office.
Well,
But right at where we were.
But I mean, I've been vaping. So
Yeah, but it didn't
if that
smell like-
was going down. Like you'd smell the fruity smell. Do you know what I mean?
Tell you what, that's an idea. If Sophie vapes at those vents, can we smell it downstairs?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll get it up here. Up away, Sophie. Up away.
Looks like you need a key.
So we just saying, me and Luke were just saying that.
Go. Still smells like cigarettes here.
If we get right to the vent.
It's going sniffing the wall.
Nothing.
No, I can't do anything with that.
It's subsiding a bit, isn't it? Do you reckon?
A little bit. The actual weed smell's gone though.
Yeah. Nothing. It's weird it's right next to the pipes though. I mean,
Of all the places
Yeah.
that could have happened.
I mean, I don't know what weed smells like, so
I smelt it.
I'll take your
You
word
do
for it.
know what wacky backy smells
You
like. You'd have
must do.
smelt it in
Yeah.
Hill of all places. Come
I'll
on.
tell him.
Yeah,
first.
I smelled that as well, but
yeah. It's weird. It's
we couldn't
just
smell your vape down there at
Yeah.
all.
wondering if we'd experienced some kind of phantom scent, especially as it was confined to the area around the clay pipes. I did some research to see what pipe tobacco would have actually smelled like from the 16th century through to the 19th century. Despite being many different blends available, none of them would have had any kind of herbal or wacky-backy aromas, and I think in this instance, logic dictates that the smell had in some way come from outside, through a vent that we were unable to locate, and this would certainly make sense as the smell appeared only a few minutes after hearing voices coming from outside. We re-entered the building and took a short break, where we proceeded to discuss the plan of action for the remainder of the evening, and decided to split up into twos, myself and Jamie investigating the second floor, and Sophie and James returning down to the cellar.
Is there anyone still in this little jail cell thingy with us?
The size of that bastard! Did you see that? Is it real?
No.
Is it not real? Is it real?
No! I hope not.
No, it is real, it's just dead. Okay, it's not real.
I was just like, how amazed by it. Did you not see the other one there was another one as well, wasn't there? Yeah, below your elbow.
Oh, yeah. What's this for then? Postbox?
It's a
That's
post.
the door, the other side.
Yeah. Look at the size of that bastard. This plastic spider on the wall.
Sorry.
Where's it gone?
He's hanging flat. I can get it.
Oh!
Well, he's gone now. He's in Lassie's there.
It's a boy. It's a boy called John.
Yeah, it's a man. He's got abs. He's got abs. So it's a man. Women don't have abs.
So, interestingly, you can hear them very, very lightly.
Yeah, you have got to strain your ears to hear them, but you can hear a very low murmuring.
It's almost inaudible, but I'm assuming, I could imagine...
I think that K2 just blipped.
Do you know, I looked at that then and I thought it was my eyes.
Is someone just come in the room?
Yeah. And again.
Same one?
Yeah. Oh.
Wow,
Oh,
both of them.
That was interesting.
Yeah, and that one again.
The stairs suddenly get a lot wider here. Well, one of them did. This feels creepier now.
Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it?
That smell's gone. Even the cigarette smell's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, look on the camera.
You can smell old wood.
On the camera, look. I think it's in that one. Yeah, look. There's old pipes.
Oh.
And there's a whole bowl of like the top bits. Yeah, this room's definitely got a bit more of a vibe to it. Like looking through the viewfinder at the moment, I feel like I could suddenly see something.
It's quite warm.
Do you think? I thought it was quite chilly down here.
No, around my legs is warm. Like the bottom half is warm.
Oh dear.
I haven't wet myself. I'm not at that age yet.
Yet.
Yeah, but see now I can't see as much light over there. It's even spookier.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what we need. It does feel strange down here now. I'm just getting another load of wave of chills on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
Hello? If anything or anyone is down here with us, could you maybe move something or make a noise?
So we've just set up 2 natural tri-field EMF meters down there, both of which are picking up magnetic fields. Any change in that, we should hear a little alarm.
That's interesting. Can you hear it?
Yeah. There's a slight fluctuation in the magnetic field around that area. The same spot where the K2 meters were going off originally.
Take your hat off. Maybe we should take our hats off. Inside, aren't we?
Well, if we're going from like a
Yeah.
sort of a different time, then yeah.
Feel free to come in and talk to us. We're just a couple of gentlemen here to have a nice conversation. We're in the upstairs room.
Do you know what's weird?
Mm.
So like the darkness or the shadow looks thicker over there.
That's the same thing I was saying about earlier on, yeah. It's like murkier black over that way.
Yeah, but I don't know how.
No.
I don't know how to put that into like sensible words.
It is such a strange space because it really feels like something could happen. I wonder if it's worth even putting the camera like away from us so that we've got no. Because sometimes it's weird. It's like if we've got no way to look and see what's happening, it feels like
I'm
things.
just looking into darkness.
Yeah. It's been like that a few times, but I'm never sure if it's like legitimately a reason for why stuff happens. It's like if whatever it is knows that we can't just like see it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is anything down here now, if you don't want us down here, you want us out of here, we cannot see you at all. We wouldn't know where you're coming from. So if you want us out of here, do something now. It feels like I'm looking at like thick shadow.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying before. It's like.
But from how I'm looking at it, it looks like, you know that brick chimney thingy in front of you?
Is that what it is?
In my eyes, it literally looks like it's standing next to that.
Yeah. Yeah, your eyes can almost make out like people shapes.
This is it. This
Really
is what I'm on about. Like
yeah.
standing here,
But
it
I know,
feels
I
like
know it's not. I know it's just my eyes in the shadows, but.
it does make you wonder. Is it like, with our eyes adjusting to it, are our eyes literally adjusting to seeing something else?
I don't know. I think it is just shadows, but.
Can you close the door? Is that something you might be able to do? It is quite cold. Yeah, close the door. Feel free to close the door. Wow.
And the K2 at the same time.
Yeah, so what's happening now? If you want to use the energies from these little boxes to do that, feel free to close that door.
Do you reckon if I counted to 5, you'd be able to give a big burst of energy on 5? Okay, so if I count to 5, could you give a big, whatever you're doing now, if I count to 5, do that, but as strong as you can, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Wow.
5. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, this is interesting. Very interesting. Because, I mean, that's 4.
But then that went on 5.
We spent half an hour in each area before deciding to swap over, myself and Jamie heading down to the cellar and Sophie and James coming upstairs to the second floor, where they also continued to document spikes in EMF. Sadly though, after reviewing the footage, it appears that each of these spikes came at regular intervals, leading us to believe that they had a terrestrial origin, possibly created by nearby Wi-Fi or Bluetooth signals, or even the power coming from the building itself. Overall, our findings at the Thaxted Guildhall were inconclusive. Certainly a fascinating building, and we did have a number of interesting moments throughout our investigation, but we can't say from this single night one way or another if any kind of a haunting is occurring inside this ancient and beautiful structure.